Part 2. The Setup. The first Ghostbusters was the most egalitarian movie ever made. The main characters are always overcoming obstacles and solving problems. It shows what happens to people in real life. Yeah, okay, the ghosts are exaggeration and the main characters are eccentric, but the world they created felt real. The Ghostbusters have actual obstacles to deal with. First, they have to start a business.
I believe that we were destined to get thrown out of this dump.
For what purpose?
To go into business for ourselves.
Then they have to get money for the business.
You're never gonna regret this, Ray.
My parents left me that house. I was born there.
You're not gonna lose the house. Everybody has 3 mortgages nowadays.
But at 19%, you didn't even bargain with the guy.
Then they have to get customers.
Janine, any calls?
No.
Any messages?
No.
Any customers?
No, Dr. Venkman.
Then they have too many customers.
Here's the paper on the Brooklyn. She paid with Visa.
Here's tonight's worksheet.
Oh, great. 2 more free repeaters.
Then they get the government finally shutting them down.
I'm warning you, turning off these machines would be extremely hazardous.
I'll tell you what's hazardous. You're facing federal prosecution for at least a half a dozen environmental violations. Now, either you shut off these beams or we shut them off for you.
Try to understand, this is a high-voltage laser containment system. Simply turning it off would be like dropping a bomb in the city.
Don't patronize me. I'm not grotesquely stupid like the people you built.
This is the government trying to shut down the private sector through incompetence, arrogance, and politics. Peck is the main villain of the Ghostbusters. Gozer is just like a hurricane coming. Hurricane Gozer. It's a force of nature, but it has nothing personal against the Ghostbusters. Pecker, on the other hand...
My name is Peck.
Whatever. He's the antagonist you root against, not Gozer. A self-important regulator with way too much power to affect a private business. He's also incompetent. The expert, the Con Edison employee, even balks at just shutting off the containment unit without getting more information, but dumbass Pecker...
My name is Peck.
I don't care. You're fucking things up. Start listening to people.
I've never seen anything like this before. I don't...
Yeah, I'm not interested in your opinion. Just shut it off.
Ghostbusters deal with the world as it is. Peck deals with the world as he wants it to be. He tries to force it. How like an SJW. Peck, without irony or humor, tells the officer to execute a private citizen without a trial if he tries to stop Peck from messing with the private property.
Step aside.
If he does that again, you can shoot him.
You do your job, pencil neck. Don't tell me how to do mine.
Thank you, officer.
Tell me something, does that seem as far-fetched these days with authoritarian SJWs trying to control us?
No, you need to get out. You need to get out.
No, I don't.
You need to get out.
I actually don't.
All right. Hey, who wants to help me get this reporter out of here? I need some muscle over here.
Ghostbusters 2016 has none of this believability. Let's take a look at how these two start. Both movies start the same. We meet the protagonists at college. They go to investigate the first ghost, a lady ghost. They introduce slime. They get the shit scared out of him. Then they go back to the college to get fired. By the way, this whole sequence takes about 15 minutes in 84. Takes 25 fucking minutes in 2016. It apparently takes a lot more time to get you to really hate your main characters. Let's look at the differences.
You know, you don't act like a scientist.
They're usually pretty stiff.
You're more like a game show host.
Pete Venkman is the main protagonist, the guy who has the most growth. We find him working in the University of New York. Well, that's a loose term. He's cheap.
You volunteered, didn't you? We're paying you, aren't we?
Right. You can keep the $5 I've had.
I will, mister.
He's a liar.
Okay. What's this one?
It's a couple of wavy lines.
Sorry. This isn't your lucky day.
He tries to have sex with his students.
I have to go now, Jennifer. But I'd like to work with you some more. Perhaps you could come back this evening, say at...
8 o'clock?
I was just going to say, 8 o'clock?
He hits his friends.
I'm right in the middle of something, Ray. I need a little more time with this subject. Could you come back in an hour, hour and a half?
He doesn't take anything seriously except for his friends. So when they come back to get him to check out a ghost, he goes. And when they get back, they get tossed out of the university. And you know, it's pretty understandable. The dean specifically singles out Pete when giving the reasons.
Dr. Venkman, we believe that the purpose of science is to serve mankind. You, however, seem to regard science as some kind of dodge or hustle. Your theories are the worst kind of popular tripe, your methods are sloppy, and your conclusions are highly questionable. You are a poor scientist, Dr. Venkman.
And he's right. We've seen what he is. He's a liar, he's a swindler, he's not a very good scientist. The dean is right to toss him out, and we understand why it happens. But we also like Pete. The fact that he doesn't deny a single charge, but simply replies,
I see. But the kids love us.
yeah, we love you too, Bill. Except for that goddamn Space Jam movie. What were you thinking?
No way. We'll find someone.
Pete and his guys have hit bottom, and to a certain extent, they brought it on themselves. They have to work their way back up. Now contrast that to our main protagonist in 2016, Erin. She is shown to be an accomplished scientist. She's near tenure.
Oh, hi.
You're set for the final review of your tenure case on Thursday.
She's shown to be competent. Her issues are all external. The dean of the college looks down on her for no real reason other than he's a dick. Oh, I'm sorry, a male. When a book surfaces that she wrote about ghosts that she's embarrassed about, she confronts Abby to get the book removed. Abby agrees if Erin will help get them into a possible spook sighting.
But you have to introduce us to this guy at the Aldridge Mansion.
Yes, he would love to meet you.
Then I will consider, maybe, taking the book down until you get your stupid tenure at your stupid or college.
They find the ghost, film it, and put it on YouTube, where Erin is somehow found and fired.
When we give someone tenure, they represent this institution. But this is just not what this institution is about.
And what? One video on YouTube immediately goes viral and she's immediately dismissed? You know, I've been on for months. It takes a lot of work to get a video noticed, if ever. And she's fired without any real reason. If she's really that competent, and even admitted so by her boss.
You see, I think you're an asset to modern physics.
Then why is she so quickly dismissed? In this age of social justice, I find it hard to believe that a man could fire a woman in academia without a shitstorm on his head. So here's the setup. It's already making you scratch your head. Pete is demonstrably a dick. He's shown to be unserious, and we see why he's fired. It gives him a ladder to start climbing, and we as an audience climbs with him. Erin is immediately made a victim. There's nothing we've seen that shows she doesn't deserve tenure, other than she's Kristen Wiig and terribly unfunny. She did see a ghost, she was a competent professor, and she's been fired in the most unrealistic way possible. So now you see her as a victim, and Pete you see as a man on a journey. As Mr. Plinkett says, you might not have noticed this,
but your brain did.
Ah, thank you very much. I suppose you want your check. Alright.
What? That's all?
That's all I got.
You piece of fucking crap!
I have less than 200 subscribers. What do you want? You think you'd be a little bit more understanding. You know, I take all this time to do a ripoff of your work. Homage. I meant homage. Anyway. Look, it's not just that you notice it or that your brain notices it. It goes farther than that. The writers have lived in their fucking Hollywood bubble for so long that social justice informs their writing. They don't notice it, but their brains write it, and it infects every last dripping moment of this film. Well, this YouTube site has been fun to create. So, there's a Twitter for you there. Why don't you reach me at YodaCon? There's my email. You can reach me at rationalistyoda@gmail.com. If you find a video out there you'd like me to respond to or to take apart, be more than happy to take a look. And know that I'm equal opportunity. And if you like this video, please share it. And for God's sakes, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. And if you could tell your friends, look, I'm begging, all right? Just deal with it. I'm just begging you. Just come on, grow the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.